we're in. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Living Clean and Sober.
Let's start over.
Johnny Rag.
Sorry, it's live. There's no sorry.
Yeah, there is no starting over.
We missed the
Welcome,
cue,
everybody.
man.
I want to welcome my guests. Katie to my right, Dana and Joe to my left, and of course we have Ken, the co-host.
Peace, man.
Hey, guys.
And of course we have over there sipping iced tea, Artie. How are you, Art?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Well, here we are, another week. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Anytime, I'm glad.
Has anyone ever said that they weren't good? I mean,
Yeah, right.
You know, everybody says,
I
yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
good. You know, could you be more specific? Like, what's good? I mean, you know.
Life is good.
Life is
Life
good,
is
okay.
very good, yeah.
What makes it so good?
Being clean.
Nice. I love that, you know. You know, now we're getting to the nitty gritty, sharing
right,
some
that's
ingredients of why life is good.
Oh, wow.
I always thought I could be happy and not be clean, but I was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely, for sure. I thought that I had to, you know, that getting high was definitely what would make me happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
What do you think, Joe?
There's a lot of happiness in sobriety, I know that, and a lot
Okay.
of misery in the drinking drugs.
Absolutely.
But I
You
think
know what you're getting with that.
absolutely misery. I'm not fooled anymore. It was an illusion I had as a young man, but it's long been gone.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Thank God is right.
Yes.
And that brings us all here together tonight. How about
Yeah.
that?
Yep, another night in Heightstown, you know, I still think about
Heightstown, beautiful downtown Heightstown.
it's a 3-block long town.
Art, any thoughts on Heightstown?
A wonderful downtown Heightstown. If you
Well, we don't-
blink, you'll drive right through it, but it's a charming little town.
They good,
It is.
Good chicken
It is, a lot of
parmesan.
character, a
Beautiful.
lot of good people. Yeah.
Katie's gonna rave about the chicken parm.
Meninos.
There you go.
Me and Joe like the chicken parm. That's all we have to
Joe
say.
couldn't stop raving about it.
I enjoyed it. It was delicious.
Beautiful.
He loves
It's a beautiful thing.
I love food.
Me too.
Love being sober. I love eating, enjoying life. It's all good.
Good.
It's a great life.
Now that we got that out of the way, right?
Yeah, now that we're off the dinner topic. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. We're all connected
All right, thanks
together
for sharing.
somehow.
She said she was good.
I know.
I am good.
I know you
Life
are.
is good.
You're doing some good things. Why don't you tell us about
Yeah,
some of
tell
the
us
things
about
that you're
your-
doing?
Your stuff you got going on there, Dana.
Okay. We're a nonprofit from Philadelphia. Never
What's
give up.
the name of it, Dana? Let's start there.
It's called Heaven Will Wait, Never Give Up is the official name.
Nice.
We're on Facebook. We do a lot of street outreach work in Kensington area to help the homeless, addicted addicts.
She just lost
Lost the
feed.
mic.
He unplugged her that quick.
There you go.
I can still hear myself.
As long as you can hear yourself,
Right.
we're good.
We just help a lot of homeless addicts. You're throwing me
Okay.
off here.
Go ahead. Keep going.
No, go ahead.
Keep going.
I don't know
We're
what's
listening.
happening here.
We're listening.
All right, we thought you were ready. Okay, all right.
I'm fine, I can't hear nothing.
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to fix that.
Good.
And that's how I met Katie. Her and her girlfriends
Nice.
got a whole bunch of donations together for our group to go out and do our homeless outreach.
Yeah.
And
Tell
then,
us, yeah, go ahead. Tell us what you guys do, actually.
we do a little bit of everything. We do homeless outreach. We help those just getting out of prison with clothing. We help those in rehab and detox. We help them along the entire process. I feel like I just got cut off.
Did you?
No, maybe not.
I can hear you.
I hear you.
I can hear you.
The entire process from beginning to end. We start with just letting everyone know that there's hope and not to give up.
And you have a new place, right? A home base, right?
Yeah, we have a place down in Frankfurt, which Katie is going to start having NA meetings there, starting May 24th. It's going to be on every Wednesday night from 6 o'clock,
What's the address?
4301 Hall Street.
Good.
Second
Is
floor.
that by the post office?
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
right down the street from the post office.
Lock up.
Okay.
Right near the big blue door on the other side of the avenue.
And how about the blessing bags that you just make?
We do blessing bags, we do clothing donations.
What is a blessing bag?
I mean, we donated a bunch of women from NA, but I don't know what, you guys do them every week, right?
Yeah, we just had a couple blessing bag parties last week. We made over 900 bags.
Wow.
And it was great. We did it with,
That was a long party, huh?
no, not really. You know, Christian Life Prison Ministry really supports us and helps us out. You know, they were right there from Galloway Road. And, you know, just there alone, we made over 500 bags.
And what's normally in a bag?
Something to drink and 5 non-perishable foods, and a letter of hope and resources for anyone with my phone number. If they need to get into treatment or need anything, they'll give me a call.
So who writes the letter of hope?
Children, us, anyone who just wants to write something. We have kids that come to the parties, draw pictures.
Yeah, when we did them, we just had some of our kids write little notes like,
That's
"We
really
love you," you know, "Hang in there." Yeah, just kind of toiletries.
I just never heard of a letter of hope before. I was just like, you know, when I heard that, I was like, wow.
Kind of like a
That's pretty
Chinese fortune, like,
Like a little fortune cookie?
You know,
that's how big.
Some of them are index cards, a lot.
yeah, some are on index cards,
that
some
we
are
put
on
'em
paper.
Yeah. Say you're loved, never give up,
You matter.
you matter to us.
So what you do is write these letters and put them in the bags that you distribute?
Yeah.
Each
pretty
individual
neat.
bag, it's a little letter and a little note. They're clear plastic bags, so you can see through them.
Yeah.
They really enjoy the ones from the kids the most, because a lot of them, you know, have kids of their own, and some will hold on to them and save them. So when you do see them the next week, they'll show you they were like, wow, this picture really made my day, and they'll pull it out and show you it.
Wow, there's a lot to be said. I mean, I know, you never know when you can say that thing to someone that changes their life for the rest of their days.
Absolutely.
You know, that little letter of hope, when you said that, you matter, we care, I love you, that kind of stuff. You never know, man.
Absolutely.
That stuff is
Has a
powerful.
big impact.
It is,
Yes, it
little
does.
things.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like it.
I love it. Kidding me?
You love it?
I love it.
Okay, man,
it.
you
I
know?
love this
Love
show.
is
I
a
love
strong
people.
word, my brother. Yo.
Those kids, you know, really don't have anything. You know?
Right.
I mean, those little things,
Right.
you know, mean something to them. And, you know, even that letter of hope, they'll go back and read that at a later time. You know,
Right.
it might not mean
When
something
it's-
right at that moment
'cause
for
it
them,
ain't
but.
cool right away.
Right.
you know?
You know,
Yeah.
the same thing when we pick kids up off the street, I mean, we have little bags, but it's, you know, hygiene products and a toothbrush and toothpaste. and
Well, that's what these
deodorant,
are.
you know
Yeah,
what I
we
mean?
do that
All
too.
Yeah, it's
if they need it.
necessities, physical needs.
Yeah.
Sounds great. City of Angels, www.cityofangelsnj.org. You can go on that website and find out about all that we do. Of course, Artie will keep us up to snuff on our events and dates for
Yeah.
all we
Think
do.
what we have coming up next, recovery coach class in Williamstown, June 3rd to June 9th.
Nice.
You know, if you haven't done that yet, that's a great way to understand and become a recovery coach so that we can help those that are, you know, help remove barriers from people that are seeking treatment. You know, that's what a recovery coach does, and that's what we really need, a lot more boots on the ground in this epidemic right now, you know, doing that. So,
Yeah, I totally agree.
609-241-7103 to call in live. Please give us a call. Give us your thoughts, your questions, comments on any of our wonderful guests here tonight. So you were saying,
So I was saying,
so what made you start?
what
Let's
made
go
me
there.
start? I guess I've been around addiction pretty much most of my life.
The system.
The system, my brother, he's been struggling
Okay.
with addiction since his early teens. Right now, he is in the system, thank God. I saved his life right now, especially with all the bad dope on the street, everybody dying every day.
Yeah.
Yesterday on our outing, thank God, one went into Horsham and one our group saved with Narcan.
Wow.
While we were out there right on the streets of Kensington and Somerset. And it was a little baffling that nobody out there on the street had Narcan. Those suffering from addiction, I believe, should have access to Narcan. And I spoke to Anna about that today, another member from our group, about going to Prevention Point and seeing how we can get Narcan in their hands, because they were all standing around just looking at him on the ground while he was turning blue.
Yeah.
And we had it with us, so.
You had it with you? Oh, that's
Yeah, we
good.
did.
Wow.
That's awesome.
We all carry it with us when we go out there.
Well, here we're running into this problem with Narcan. What's in that dope now, it's not heroin.
No.
No.
And it's
Doesn't
not
affect
responding to Narcan.
It took 3 shots.
Yeah.
No,
And then we had another member who OD'd Friday, it took him 3 shots as well.
we really got to think of who in their right mind is making that kind of a drug, that they don't want people to be revived. Now, the drug dealers don't want to put that on the street, I don't believe, because they want their customers to keep coming back. You don't want to kill them.
You would
Yeah, but
think.
they're
would
going to
think.
keep coming back anyway, don't you think?
Well, not the ones that die.
No.
You're losing,
Well, I don't
you're
think
losing
they
91 a
even
day.
know, Joe, I
Excuse
don't
me?
think they even know, the dealers.
No, it's not, it's high, it's on a higher up level, I believe.
I gotta believe that, because if
much
that were
higher.
me, like, that's a good point. I wouldn't want my customers dying.
No.
I wouldn't want them,
No, but you always have that one, you know what I mean, that goes, when he kills somebody by adding a little fentanyl to it, that people are gonna become flocking to him. You know what I mean?
And someone said that yesterday
Another good
too,
point.
as the guy was laying there, they're like, oh, they're gonna come running now.
It's frightening.
I feel it was like a dealer that walked by and said that.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, you
It's
do. I know.
common, it's very common.
it is. It
Because they think it's the strongest shit out there, pardon my French. And so they,
Did you
yeah,
call that French?
Is that a French?
part of my term of
That's not
endearment.
French. Poo-poo. It's French.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
the French term.
And I believe that in the next couple of years,
Oh, we got a caller.
I don't know if I'll hear it, my things.
I hear you, I do hear you.
Yeah, you have to get used to these things.
Hi. Hold on, we're gonna put you on here. Hold on.
It might be, or Sue.
Who?
we're a solicitor.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey,
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
what's going on?
You there?
Hello?
wait a minute.
I know who that is.
Here,
I know who that is.
Turn your radio down.
it's Donna, Dana.
Amen.
How you doing?
So I just want to put my 2 cents in there that, the drug dealers don't care.
Okay?
They don't?
You're right, no doubt
Hear
about
me,
it.
Dana?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly,
Hear loud and
Anna.
clear.
Anna's,
I want to put my 2 cents in there.
Put your
2 years
nickels
ago,
worth in there.
2 years ago, there was 3 kids in Harrogate Park. That was saved by Narcan. And I was so mad. I went to the actual guy who. Am I there?
Yeah, you're
Yeah, you're here.
Just keep talking, we hear you. Hallelujah.
Yep, we can hear you.
You there?
Hello?
Hello, Anna?
Turn your radio down. There's a 7 second.
There you go.
We hear you.
We hear you
We
better
hear you,
now.
Anna. This is quiet for you.
There must be like,
Don't
She's
give up
normally
on
like-
us, Anna, now.
Oh, she won't, trust me.
What?
She's been down there for like
hear you,
30
Anna.
years,
Down where?
down in Kensington.
Oh, okay.
She has 41 years, well, I'll let her tell you her story. Go ahead, Anna, you there?
there must be a delay.
Keep in mind, keep in mind, it's only an hour program.
I went to the actual guy who sold them that they had heroin, and I got him by. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Hello?
Stop listening to your radio. Turn your radio down.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there I am. So anyway, I went to the dealer who, yeah, it is. I went, now,
Can you,
Anna, spit it out.
so anyway, I went to the dealer.
We got that.
I went to the dealer.
How many times did you go to him?
You're either skipping or you're repeating that yourself.
We heard you went to the dealer. What
She's trying to
happened?
listen to herself on the radio.
Anna, turn yourself off the radio.
Anna, are you listening to yourself while you're doing this?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
There you go.
I can hear it in the background.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
shut that off. You ain't just, we'll listen to you and everybody else will. You don't have to listen to yourself. You can do that all night long after you hang up.
We'll replay this for you later on.
Thank you, Joe.
Go ahead, Anna.
Okay. I'm trying to spit it out.
No, I'll help you start.
Say it.
You went to the dealer.
We heard that. We got
Who
that.
sold,
We memorized
who
that.
sold the bad dope?
how many times?
3 or 4.
About 6 times.
And then
Paying
what?
attention anyway.
Oh my God.
You need a little
I keep hearing the same thing.
Because you keep
Okay.
saying the same
Okay.
thing.
Well, I'm on my phone and the radio's on my phone.
I know, shut the radio off. and
Yeah,
you won't
that's
be
the-
hearing it
that's
because
the
of
problem.
delay.
Is it better? Is it better?
We can hear you.
We can
Good
hear
for
you.
us.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anna, why don't you call us
No,
back?
I don't want to hear myself.
Yeah, call us back, Anna, when you shut your radio
Anyway,
off.
when I went to this dealer and I asked him what.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we got past that part.
Progress. Go ahead. We got to get away from this dealer. You went there 8
Yeah.
times already.
Yeah, at least.
Let me, I don't know.
I haven't thought about drinking in 15 years. I'm starting to think about it.
Why don't you hang up and call back?
She's listening to herself. You can hear the radio.
Anna, Anna, we really like the job you're doing. Thank you very much.
Keep going at it. Thank you for calling.
Oh, there we are. There we are.
Oh, here we go again. Okay.
Okay, good.
Go.
Hi, Anna, welcome. Thank you for calling.
Thanks for calling the show. How are you? Anna?
Well, I just want to give it from a perspective of someone who is out there, and you go to the dealer. I went to him and I said, "What is wrong with you? Why do you want to kill your clients? I don't understand this. 3 kids almost died over there in the park this morning." And you know what he said to me? I wanted to punch him right in the face, too. He said to me, "I don't care about those kids." He said, 3 of them died. I got 6 of them over here asking me where the good stuff is.
True.
That's what the problem is. They don't care. They don't care that our kids are dying. All they care about is that they get good advertising by kids ODing on their heroin.
Yeah.
So that's the part that I just want to go beat them all up, but I can't. So
Well, we know the dealers don't care. That's what they're doing. They're pushing poison.
yeah, they don't care.
No, absolutely
They just don't care about our kids. You know.
No, they
And some of them down there, like, well, I could go on forever, but I won't. But I just wanted to let you know that I've approached dealers on many occasions, you know, and they just look at you like you have 3 heads. You know, that's what they do. Or if a dealer gets taken off a corner an hour later, you got another one out there. I saw an 8-year-old kid they were using at being Cambria, 8-year-old boy who was selling dope on the corner. I asked about that. And they said, well, he can't get arrested. He's only 8 years old. So I don't have to go to jail for pushing. Well, excuse me.
You gotta go to
So
jail for a
anyway,
whole
I just
different
get
reason.
frustrated with that kind of stuff. I really get frustrated with that. And now this new stuff that's out there that they're saying is Narcan resistant. And,
Yeah.
and I have a conspiracy theory going on in my head right now. I think it's terrorists. I really do. I think they're
Well,
trying to
that's-
destroy.
You can tell us
Hey,
about that
and
on
to
another
destroy a whole
show.
generation
We're going to have another show on that.
presidents.
We're going to have another show on that next week.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
good. Good.
We'll give you the new number.
But anyway, that's all I have to say. And I love Dana and Joe and Kate. I love them all. They love everybody, which is really good.
And we love you
They're-
too, Anna.
They're willing.
Thank you, Anna.
Thanks, Anna.
thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you
Have a
for
good
calling.
night.
There, we got that out.
Yes,
Great
that was
job.
good. That's a good thing. So
finally got
at
past
least
that.
someone's trying to stand up, you know
Well,
what I mean?
Anna is down there faithfully.
Absolutely. Anna's right in the,
She's in the heart of
front
it.
line, man.
She's on the tracks.
Dean
She's
out.
walking the tracks. She's meeting with
Dean what?
Conrail.
Dean-
Second in Indiana.
Second in Indiana, right there. It's where, you know. so.
She started Indiana Outreach, Indie Outreach she calls it, which every Wednesday she goes down to the tracks and helps those suffering with addiction who are living there and takes them necessities, takes them food, tells them about services. She helps the girls on Tuesday nights at Prevention Point that are also homeless, women struggling with addiction.
Takes a big heart.
Yeah, Anna's been down there for years. She's been down there for 41 years on the streets of Kensington helping others.
Yeah, she does a lot.
And that's what has kept her
Wow.
sober. She's an
That's a level of
amazing
commitment.
woman, and we're so lucky to have her in our group. Never give up. Right, Anna?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That's all you hear her say.
And me personally, I feel in the next 5 or 6 years, you're going to see this step up to a whole new level. Because right now, the opiate epidemic is hitting different clientele of people.
Right.
White people, people with money, kids with parents that are politicians and cops. 15 years ago, it was nothing like it is now.
Cops, it's hitting.
Cops, Philadelphia, not Philadelphia cops, don't get me wrong. Police
everyone.
officers have been addicted. One just killed himself in Pennsylvania that was addicted to drugs. I mean, it's getting bad. And we really got to realize where it's coming from. A lot of doctors and dentists, they are the worst.
Big time.
At giving out medications. Very frugal with it, and sad.
Yeah.
Me, myself, I went there for a dental procedure.
Tooth pulled?
And I told him I don't take no opiates. 3 times. The third time he insisted, he goes, just take the prescription, and if you feel like taking it, this way you'll have it,
Because once you leave here, you can't call in and I
Yeah,
can't
right,
call you nothing,
correct.
and that's what he said.
And this is where the education is going to come in. Even the medical field needs to be educated. When
Big time.
if someone says no, they're saying no for a reason.
But they maybe shouldn't be giving you, when you go to the
They shouldn't
dentist,
be.
30 days worth of, you know what I mean?
Even
an
5
opiate,
or
you know?
10. Honestly, 800 milligram Motrin works.
It always did before.
It's just as effective. I mean, a little pain isn't going to kill you,
That's
okay?
Our problem is pain
But
management doctors, though. That's their
addiction will
business.
kill you.
Absolutely.
And that's what is, ridiculous right now when these dentists hand these, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids.
14-year-old.
Yeah.
13.
A prescription for oxycodone, whether it's 10 or 15 pills after oral surgery. Do you know how many children have been addicted like that?
But we're going
It's
through that,
disgusting.
and you're right, it's an education process,
It is.
but you go through the same thing, right? And I've said this how many times, John? You could take your kid to the dentist, they say take this 2 times a day. As good parents, we're making sure they take it 2
Right.
times a day.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
This is the kind of education that has to get out there,
Right.
and doctors need that education. Dentists, doctors.
We're slowly getting to that. I mean, we've been doing a lot of
Little
town
late.
hall meetings. It is late, but better late than never.
Absolutely.
You know?
And you got to really go back to the manufacturer of them drugs. Back when they put these drugs on the street, they lied about the statistics, saying 1 in 100 will get addicted to these pain medications with opiate. They're not that addictive. And they had doctors testify to the fact, and, it's not good stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we talk about it here all the time, about the education. It's got to be in, middle school or before that.
Absolutely.
Because younger and younger
Absolutely.
get strung out.
Middle school's too late. You got to start, you really have to start this in 2nd and 3rd grade. Right away, drug education. I think every school should be mandated.
And it should be a
Awareness.
level of understanding where they understand the impact.
Oh, you should show them some films.
Because we're dying.
Friday was a big day for us. We actually met with the governor, with 14 sets of parents who lost children to this opioid epidemic. He listened to all of the suggestions.
That's Governor Christie?
Governor Christie.
Yeah, he's starting to do a lot, thank God.
I mean, he's looking into, getting more education into the elementary schools and middle schools. Guess what? We're already in high schools. It's too late. but,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We
They're
have to be there
already
much
using
earlier.
Yeah.
And then after that, we actually had a meeting Friday afternoon with the White House and the Office of Drug Control Policy. Director Baum, Acting Director Baum, came to COA in the afternoon with his staff, and we had gotten 22 of the movers and shakers here in Jersey together, people that are making stuff happen with their programs. Scotty Kivett from Robbinsville with his CARES program, Captain Cologne from the State Police, Coronado, Prosecutor Coronado from, Ocean County, where they're losing, he's estimated to lose 300 kids this year. Wow. It's almost a kid a day.
Yeah.
And I'm going to Ocean County College tomorrow, and we're talking to like 150 high school students that are attending a drug summit there. So there's things that are happening. They are listening. Unfortunately, it's not going as fast as we all think it should go at the speed of light, but it doesn't, unfortunately.
Well, this has been a problem happening for the last, when I was in high school, the only way you got them kind of drugs if you were a cancer patient, dying.
Right.
For terminal illness, they were prescribed
And
only.
it's nuts. I chuckled when you said the theory of the terrorists, because I said that for a long time. And I mean, the poppy fields are where? In Afghanistan.
Absolutely.
Who controls, Afghanistan?
Absolutely.
Not us.
And I was talking to a soldier Saturday, and he just come back from combat. He said, there's so many poppy fields over there, it's scary. Why? And I said, it's the
Number one
reality.
crop.
I told my wife last week, if they didn't want apples to come from Afghanistan, we'd get no apples over here from Afghanistan.
Right.
So there's a reason this is coming over here.
He did say that.
Because they could stop it. It's that simple. If there's a reason it's getting over here, it's a lot of money
Well,
involved in this.
of course, it's
a
all the-
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a lot of
Just the
money,
money.
and it's almost like control on top of that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
We're selling our country.
we're losing our whole next generation.
We
to this
are.
disease.
And guess who likes that idea? It's not hard to figure out who likes the idea. Not me.
Not me. I mean,
I have an idea who he's thinking about.
I do. I don't want to say anything about any terrorists. I don't want anyone mad at me.
No, I hear you.
Ken said terrorist.
What do you think about that, Kate?
I don't really talk politics,
We're talking about terrorism.
And drugs.
terrorism.
What is that?
I mean, look,
How do you get rid of a democracy, right? You control it.
Yeah.
I know when I was getting high, I didn't give a shit about anything, let alone voting, let about my mother's heart, let about my kids. I cared about nothing.
Me either.
Nothing.
One thing is your sole purpose as you
That's it.
pass out and as you wake up.
It was a full-time job. You remember my job I had over in Spring Garden, right?
Absolutely, I do. I seen you at work down there.
I was showing up day in and day out.
Absolutely.
I was on time.
Joe.
He was at work before I got there to have coffee.
Oh, he was there early. Huh?
Well, you got to be early, right?
He say show up for work
Yeah.
20 minutes early, he was there.
Yep.
And look at him now, it's amazing.
That's what addiction does.
Yes.
It robs us of everything, so.
It does.
But anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Katie, I'm sorry.
I wasn't really saying anything. I mean,
But you wanted to.
I could talk all night about the addiction. I don't even know where to start. I think about, I was a child addicted, I started using drugs at 11 years old, so I think about kids in school, and like you're talking about starting in middle school, and I'm thinking about, my grandkids, and trying to talk to kids that age, and thinking about would I have responded, and what would my life have been any different, and, it could have been,
It would have been.
the message wasn't being talked to me at home. There was nobody at home, the disease was, running rampant in my house, alcoholism and just, craziness, mental illness, just the behaviors that I grew up with was just insanity, day in and day
In
out.
our generation, though, right?
What's that?
It was different in our generation. We didn't really talk about it.
Right.
When it
Yeah,
wasn't
one
talked
time-
about in my house.
Right. I just thought everybody's grew up afraid to go home because their dad would, you know.
I was one of them.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to talk to my dad after 8 o'clock. He was loaded.
Yeah. Well, I would only talk to my dad when he was loaded. There was a fine line. Either if he was too loaded, you didn't talk to him, and if he wasn't loaded, you didn't talk to him. There was a fine line. It was a certain hour you could only talk to my father. And so you didn't talk to my father, you know what I mean? And it was a scary time growing up in that household. So I ran the streets.
And that was such a different generation, right? Because we didn't talk about it. Everything was hidden. We were anonymous. If you went to an AA meeting, you didn't talk about it, right? I mean, you just went and did it.
Right.
Well, I was 11 years old just running the streets.
So our generation comes in and we're raising our family. So guess what? We don't talk about it because it wasn't talked about in our
Well,
houses. I mean, that's
actually,
changed now.
yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, it was a secret.
Yeah.
I've been clean 22 years, so I've been talking about
Congratulations.
it.
But I can remember when my children were, in elementary school, I mean, they had whatever DARE program there was that came in, but, I mean, we never really had a structured conversation with them as parents about, the harms of alcohol or drugs or anything like that.
Well, it didn't have the just unbelievable stuff that's going on today. I mean, it was nowhere near.
There was no opiate-based products on the streets when I was a teenager. I'm 57. There was only heroin. That was it. And who was going to shoot up heroin off the start? Nobody. It's not like that today. Now it sneaks in the back door through the dentist's office at you.
Yeah,
It takes this-
and before it used to be, like in that era, which was my era, because I'm the same age, is that you had inner city people strung out, and then now you have, it's going out to the suburbs.
Absolutely.
Now you have, upper class white kids strung out on heroin.
Sure, absolutely.
You don't see this problem in the inner cities. They're selling it. They're not using it.
Oh, they're using it.
They're using
That's all
it.
over.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're not seeing the
I'm
amount of
from the-
overdose deaths that we are. The overdose deaths in the city of Trenton are not black kids.
Right.
They are white kids.
Well, there are people coming to get it.
Well, I'm
they are
from
people
Philadelphia
coming in.
City, and let me tell you, we have our share of overdose overdose
Seems like it's
every day.
a strong white drug these days,
Oh.
doesn't it? Like
It
if you're-
does.
The front line right now is in Philadelphia is at Somerset and Kensington.
Yeah.
And if you're down
know,
in Somerset and
yeah, and Allegheny.
Kensington, out of 50 to 60 guys, there may be 3 or 4 black guys, am I wrong, roughly?
Yeah.
Very minimal. And why that is, I don't know.
Each 60, probably maybe 20.
Yeah,
So,
and it's all
we're
over
talking-
You just
Bucks
don't-
County.
yeah, it's everywhere.
I mean, it's just.
It's not Bucks County. It's everywhere. We've been as far
Well,
as,
that's what I'm saying. It's-
Virginia to speak
Yeah,
about the
it's
same
It's
problem.
everywhere.
It's
I mean,
everywhere.
It's
The
everywhere.
small coal mining towns in Virginia are devastated by
Hillbilly
heroin.
Hillbilly heroin. Listen, last week I was watching Deadliest Catch on the Bering Sea. They went into a guy's cabin and found heroin. In Alaska on the Deadliest Catch.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
We actually had a guy.
That's a great show,
It's a
man.
great show.
It
They're
is.
doing heroin on that show, for Christ's sake.
It's everywhere.
It is sad, man.
It is everywhere.
You need that to keep you warm out there,
Yeah,
man.
my God.
And you're right. It's police officers. It's professionals. It's kids. It's
Moms.
bad. Yeah.
Well, it's so obvious. A guy comes driving down to Kensington and Somerset in a Jag, okay? What is he doing there?
Right.
Really?
Well, you don't see that too often. Very rarely do you see it, because them kind of guys send a runner down to get their stuff for them, because they have money. They send someone down on the L to get it, they walk down the steps,
Well,
and
they
there's-
sell it everywhere now, not just down there.
and not just down there, you can get
Yeah.
it, you don't have to go down to Kensington
They sell it in
anymore.
Mayfair. like
Mayfair has
everywhere,
it,
but
Holmesburg has
The
it.
stronger stuff is down there. If you want the stronger stuff.
And the problem, the
that's why
difference
it's
is,
there.
the further it gets from Somerset, the more it gets stepped on. By the time it gets to Bucks County, it's probably whacked 3 times.
So that's why I think they go there.
The time it gets to the mounds, it's whacked 5 times. So they want to come right down to,
too.
yep, absolutely. They come
We
in
used to
from,
have to
point.
go to, in Harlem, there was Lenox Street. You used to have to go there, and you would put your money in a slot, little window like that.
wow.
And you would just put your, like it was a drive-through or something. And you'd go in, go there, put your money, you didn't ever go in the house.
No.
Put your money in, and then you'd wait, and then they'd give you the bags.
The old dope houses.
Yeah.
Had
That's
one
how
worker
it used to
there.
be.
Yeah.
And now
I
then,
used to cop like that.
yeah,
And
we used to go to Lenox Avenue all the time. Now, what am I doing? Now, I'm 19 years old. I'm white, obviously. What am I doing in Harlem? Really?
Copping heroin.
Right, exactly. So that's my point.
The good heroin.
You know? Now, we're fighting this heroin epidemic, right? Now, what are they doing? Why can't they get these dealers?
Because like Anna said, they're replaced within an hour.
It's not the,
It's like
it's
a-
not the problem. We gotta
That's
start from
right.
we gotta start from the top down.
deeper.
What this problem is, this epidemic's been always started from the bottom up. Let's get the street dealers. It ain't the street dealers.
No.
I got news for you. You better look around. It's the guys driving Mercedes Benzes with 3-piece
Or the
top, you know.
stores down there.
Yeah.
You eliminate the street dealers and they're just going to keep popping.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to
Absolutely.
cut the head off the dragon.
And it's got nothing to do with them anyway. It's got nothing to do with, they're only there for supply and demand.
Well, then you have
For a short amount of
snitches.
time.
And you have people that, they want to get the big cats.
Yeah.
And you have snitches, but that only goes so far.
But how much cargo comes into this country
That's
every
where
day?
it-
And they can't look at every single bit of it. you
No,
know, And that's
absolutely.
the unfortunate part of this,
Yeah.
you know?
And here's the unfortunate part, is that we really realize if, like, for example, Percocet, if you take Percocets for 7 days, 8 out of 10 people may be addicted to them after a 7-day run. That's what they said on the show we watched on HBO. 8 out of 10 in 7-day period.
But here's the other side of that, though. If you have somebody who isn't an addict and they take Percocet, all they have to do is they stop taking them, they detox, and they're done. They don't have that internal problem that cries out for, I need more, I need more, I gotta get more, I gotta cop.
And
And it says that in our literature, like, it talks about, if that's the difference between, so the heroin isn't the problem. Sure, it's a problem because it's so readily available and little kids can cop it and all that stuff.
The stuff that they're like, putting out now, okay, you don't even have to have addiction run in your family or be like an addict anymore. Like I have addiction running all through my family. It was like but all my brothers are addicts. My parents, everybody in my family, it's just a genetic disease. But today, it's not like that anymore. I don't believe it. And I've read studies now too with what they're, dealing, the opiates and the heroin. It changes the chemistry and the
Absolutely.
physical
Absolutely.
structure of your brain.
Yes, it does. It does.
So, this is a real thing. You put these chemicals in a cat or a mouse or a monkey, and they've proven this.
They're all gonna get addicted.
That-
9 out of 10 of them will be addicted.
And the addiction is something that people are just like, it's not a fantasy. It's not something that we're just talking about and it's something they can just stop because it's a bad habit. It's a physical pathway that's in the brain that changes. It's a pathway that changes physically in your brain. It's a physical thing, and that's what they've actually proven. And
Right.
the scientists have proven
No doubt about
this.
it. No doubt about it.
It's a real thing. So
the
you stop it,
neurotransmitters, right, Joe?
yes.
Something to it, yeah.
So you stop it, right? And these people who are addicted, that you can stop this heroin for 3-4 months, and your brain is still
Craving
telling
it.
you and
You still
craving
crave
it and wanting it.
And not only 3 or 4 months.
Well,
3 or 4 years at times.
Yeah, I don't know for
Yeah.
sure the
Yeah,
exact date or
absolutely.
amount of
I
time.
heard 2 years.
2 years.
But this
It's
is
a long
what's-
run.
That's what I heard.
It's different than alcohol. It's a different,
Yeah,
I'm an alcoholic. This is a different beast.
And
An
I,
animal,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that probably as much as you do, it's probably as much damage as
Yeah, I
it's
think
going
so.
to
The more
happen to
the more
your
you do,
brain.
Right.
The longer the run is,
But
I think.
that it's a real thing, and what happens is that that we are an amazing species, and our bodies do cure in time. Like just like the lungs, you quit smoking. The minute you quit smoking, your lungs start to regenerate. Literally, your lungs will start to heal, not like overnight, but slowly but surely, cells in your lungs start to regenerate. So maybe after months or years, your brain starts to heal that pathway.
Right.
But people think, oh my God, 3-4 months went by and this sucker just went and relapsed again. He wanted to get high, that loser. That is not reality.
No, I agree.
This
No, I
is a
agree.
physical addiction at this
I
point
agree
with
with what
these,
you said.
with the heroin
But
addict.
here's my point. The reason that people are doing that is why I say it's a disease of addiction. So if
What?
I don't use it, it don't bother me.
You and I, when we, you mean like,
That's
we
what I
grew
mean.
up, like, we started getting high because we really didn't like ourselves that much, you know?
Exactly.
Nobody gave us love, you know what I mean? We were abused. But we're talking about kids.
We were big babies.
Yeah, we
Me, I just wanted-
got our
I just wanted to
feelings
get high.
hurt. You know what I mean? You know, my dad was mean to me, blah, blah, blah. But you know what I mean? Now we got kids that are like college kids,
Yeah.
straight A students, you know, normal.
Perfect life.
Gymnastics, you know, like functioning human beings, never addicted to anything, never even partied, get a prescription and bang, they're addicted. Next thing you know, they're shooting heroin after a few months. You got these stories of these kids that OD and die after 3 months.
This goes on for a long time, and it all goes back to how we started this show tonight.
Yeah.
You've got prescription drugs
Yeah.
Access, easy
prescribed
access.
like nothing.
And-
They're giving them to you, so when they run out of their prescription, they now start to become physically ill from not having it. It's withdrawal symptoms. So now they're
Right.
going into grandma's medicine cabinet and getting her Percocet from when she went to the dentist and taking them till they're gone, and their neighbors and their friends and
There's no-
open
there's
houses. And I mean, you
nothing.
just wouldn't believe how they go about getting them.
Oh, there's nothing you will
Eventually,
steal from your own mother.
They're so addicted that they're going to stoop to heroin's $3 a bag.
Yes.
Becomes a business decision after a while.
And that's
really
exactly
does.
true.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
there's
sad.
nothing in your brain that will tell you that anything is past there's no morals left.
Right, well, that's
You
why
don't-
we want people to call in on our show, because we have another solution here, right?
Exactly.
Well, that
You know,
I
I
think
mean,
that
it's-
people need to know that there's hope,
We
and that's
can't,
what we
yeah,
offer.
we can't
that
tell
they don't
doctors
have
to
be
close
like
their
that.
doors. We can't tell dentists to stop pulling teeth. But I'll tell you what, I mean, if you go and you get those pills, look, it happened to my daughter. You know, she had her knee operated on. She had 30 Percocets. She took 3 of them, didn't need the rest of it. And I said, how did you do that? Like,
And she got rid of them.
And she said, I didn't need any more. I was like, okay, like,
You know, at
I
this
didn't
stage-
understand like how that could
I
happen,
don't
but
get
it
that
did
either.
Well, she's normal.
with my daughter.
She's one of the few.
But this is where
I
you know,
guess.
we need to advocate for others and better care and to break the status quo that we currently have in our recovery system. I mean, for the things that we don't have, we need to have, right? They're listening, we need to talk, you know, and people need to contact their congressman. They need to go to their town hall meetings.
Yeah.
Guess what, man? It's in every town. I've been to 3 town hall meetings in 3 weeks. You know, where we speak, we present, there's a little panel. They can ask questions. They bring in, you know, like City of Angels, I bring my resource table. You know, the police departments bring in their stuff, what other county resources are available, and start educating the parents and the community on the reality of what we're dealing with here and what needs to be done to try and beat it.
Well, yeah, well, that kind of stuff you were talking about is what fuels this stigma that we carry around with us.
That's correct.
And we talk about it all the time, and it's a big problem. Because how many people do you know, and I know just as many, that go, oh, like you said, you can stop.
Well, that's because some
What do you
people believe
think?
it's a choice, that it's not a disease. I mean,
And you got to realize, there's a lot of truth to what you just said. You can stop. You're living proof. She's living proof. He is. Ken is. The day I met Ken, believe me, he wasn't thinking about stopping.
yes, but the debate turned into, is it a disease or is it a choice?
Absolutely, but we have to really realize that we can stop, because I did.
Yeah.
Everyone here did.
Guess what?
There's a solution.
Okay, we can talk about that too. I have heart disease. Guess what? I could have prevented that by eating better and living healthier and all that. but
Are you
I
eating
chose
better
not to,
now,
right?
Art?
Hell yeah.
Okay, well,
Let
then
them
that's
crack
all
you
that
open like a
matters.
walnut, my brother, and you will change your lifestyle.
Here's what
And there's where the hope comes from.
And that's where the hope is.
Here's where the difference lies, though. she had breast cancer, something that she couldn't stop on her own. This was something that just can't be stopped. And people, they just look at it like that. Say, when someone has cancer, they can't stop. No one's taking cancer in their mouth. So it's difficult. I understand that side of the coin.
I know, but even when you
Well,
lose a
the
child.
thing is that, it's a roll of the dice. We can say, you can stop, and that's what, like, people like Dane are out there on the street telling people every day, you can stop. There's people out there with no hope.
Correct.
They've never thought about the fact that they can stop. So we're
Absolutely.
out there, and you're out there telling people
Absolutely.
there's hope, we can stop.
Absolutely.
Because, in reality,
And
there's
it's an
people who-
education process now, and that's what we're all in the midst of.
And listen,
Listen.
it comes right down to that you have to stop. Your two choices is stop or die. That's it, man. There's not a third. You can live for a while in misery, but you're going to die from this disease. It'll kill you.
It's-
Everybody
it's-
that's doing it.
And
But
when you're
unfortunately,
an
the people that are in
addict,
the throes of this disease don't really
they don't
care.
know. Look, when
because
you're using
they
every
care.
day, it's a miracle
That's
when
why,
an addict stops.
that's why it takes other people to go out there
Yes.
and just let them feel like they're human again.
You know what? You never know when that aha moment's going to be, right? You might be handing that kid that bag tomorrow morning, and they go, I can't
Absolutely.
do this anymore.
That's
you know,
what we're hearing.
even some get in selfies with us and we'll joke around and do things. And for those 2 minutes, they feel like a human being again, that they're part of something. And some have even came with us and walked with us and eventually got clean and sober and became part of our group.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
because they just felt like they were doing something. Sure, you want to come help us? You're more than welcome to walk with us. And, it's just that interconnection. You never
That's how
you never
City of
know.
Angels got started. With Kevin.
And there's a lot of programs like
There's
Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. There's a lot of hope in them programs. A lot of
Well, see, that's what we did with City of Angels, is we really tried to identify areas that were weak and offer meetings and offer chapters and offer, City of Angels family meetings, AA meetings, NA meetings, family support meetings.
We tell
Yeah.
people all the time, don't leave 5 minutes before the miracle happens, because it really is a miracle if an addict
It is.
or an alcoholic
And you
can
never
stop
know when that
using.
time is going to be, which is why we never give up.
Exactly.
And 25 years ago, I used to go in an A meeting and hide on the way in. I didn't know one, no one
You
to
know
see
what?
me.
You don't have to say anything. When it gets to you, you can be, now I'm good, and they move right on, right?
Where did you hide?
I stumbled out of every bar in Frankfurt Avenue. I didn't care who see me.
Right.
Came time to go to an A meeting, I was embarrassed to say it.
Right.
And I'm not no more. I'm a
I
recovering
used to sit in
alcoholic.
the denial aisle,
Yeah.
Way
No, I hear you.
God,
The denial aisle.
God forbid someone walked in.
I didn't have a problem.
Someone walked in from the neighborhood that you knew, you'd be like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Then you think, hey, he's here. What the
He
hell?
wasn't there
Yeah, right.
either,
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing.
But listen,
It is amazing.
I'm clean 22 years. I don't hide it really from anyone. Everyone who knows me knows I'm, a member of Narcotics Anonymous. But I am a nurse, and I do not promote it where I work.
Absolutely.
Wherever I work.
Absolutely.
No one knows
Yeah, good.
that I'm an addict,
Good.
unless they're listening to the show,
show.
which I'm not friends with anybody
You
on
can tune in at
Facebook.
3, 10, and 12.
You didn't give your last name.
No.
So that's good.
But
they would
and
recognize
that's
your voice.
because of the
Face
stigma.
recognition software.
No, that's a good idea, Mrs. Smith.
That's because of the stigma,
Anonymous guest.
And I actually did accept some friend requests of some old friends that I used to work with recently, and I've often wondered if they judged me,
Absolutely, they did.
Yeah.
This is a judging disease.
But they worked with me for many years, and they loved me very much.
I understand.
And here we
They
are.
still
I'm
watch
not
the-
in the program.
And still, here she comes. Watch your purse.
Well, I haven't seen them. They're just friends with me
Well,
on
the
Facebook.
purse is still hidden.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's always the stigma.
There is.
There's always, listen, I was in the hospital, and a friend of mine, my husband, told a nurse that I was a recovering addict. And I didn't ever tell anyone in the medical community ever that I'm a recovering addict. Now, other people do that. Other people go into doctors, they go, I'm an addict, I can't have drugs. Blah, blah, blah. Not me,
No.
because I'm a nurse.
Yeah, right, you
And
should.
I just don't do that.
Good
I don't
idea.
want them to know, because I might want to work in that hospital someday. day.
absolutely.
And that's just my what I do.
Would they look at you differently because you were an addict?
No, if
thinking
there-
access to drugs.
If there were
One
drugs missing,
Percocet missing, everybody would point to her.
Exactly. And I might
That's
even
right.
lose my job.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And believe me,
Yeah.
the nurse that's stealing them, she'll
Yeah.
keep her job.
Absolutely.
So it's just my prerogative. I just never share my recovery in my workplace. So during that hospitalization, whatever went on, nothing. I got hit by a car a few years later, the same hospital I went back to. I couldn't get anything. I was asking for something for pain, Tylenol, something. I was looking for something for pain. I wasn't looking for a painkiller because I don't take painkillers. I wanted something I was literally in pain. And I think I was like looking for like an 800 milligram Motrin, something, because I got hit by a car. And I was like, I'm really in pain. Can I get something for pain? And my head's saying like 800 milligram Motrin, but I didn't say that. I just said, I need something for pain. And she was like, this nurse didn't come to my section. I waited about 3 hours. Finally, my husband got there and he was like, you okay? I was like, no, I'm in so much pain. He was like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. I knew it. It took a while to register. That's why I never even got a Motrin in that hospital. Yeah.
Wow.
There's a big stigma about it.
Even in Alcoholics Anonymous, I was at a meeting two weeks ago, and I caught two guys talking about saying the word junkies, about these junkies, and I jumped right on top of them and said, oh, you got a lot of nerve. You're in an AA meeting. You're talking that nonsense about a junkie.
Right.
Who are you? You know what I mean? And what are you doing here? You should be in a bar, and that's probably where you're headed if you keep talking that nonsense.
Yeah.
So.
It's just the way the community views us, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
it's a definitely a different outlook on it.
and in any other scenario, I'm proud of It's taken a long time for me even to put that on Facebook. I'm like, who cares?
That was the wrong one.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Who was that walking by, Art? Was that Joey? What was her name?
That's what he was trying to get at. We have our
Betty
last
Boop.
segment.
Betty Boop?
Betty Boop.
Well, I didn't really have a word of the week tonight. I was just overwhelmed with, getting to meet Dana and reuniting with Joe and, of course, Katie and...
You didn't really share the story of you and Joe on the...
I know. Well, you know what? We kind of got off on that whole thing. We were just got off on this, what does Dana do and all the help she's offering to people in her group, and you're involved, and, that story with Joe and I, how we met, that's so far in the past, but yet so far in the future and in the present for me, you know what I mean? Like how we, met and how I was led back to this program because I truly wanted to die. I was done with drugs, I was done with living, and
Didn't we have a word from Saturday?
I'm still supposed to be alive. So, yeah, the word was intuition, actually.
Intuitive.
Yeah, so the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning, because conscious reasoning almost killed me because,
Yeah, me
the logical side of things are supposed to be a certain way, and they never were. I wasn't supposed to be an addict, but yet I am one. The family that I came from and the upbringing and all that stuff. Yeah, the ambulance is coming. Somebody just OD'd probably, right? So that's what
Lord.
happens.
Everybody say Hail Mary. No.
And you must went to Catholic school.
But a big part of this show is letting people
a
know that
recovering
there's help,
Catholic.
That's it. What do they have to do?
Clean
the hardest thing to
clean
do?
and sober, We want people to go to detox. We want people to go to a recovery house. We don't want you to go home with your mom because she'll do your laundry and take care of it and you won't grow the fuck up. That's what'll happen. Excuse me, Art. But I get passionate about that because that's what happens, because we have have to become accountable. We have to accept responsibility for ourselves. Look, when I was copping, I never missed a day. There were no holidays, and I was always on time, as you know, Joe. That's right.
He was there early.
Early,
I got there early.
first on the job.
So.
You got to.
What we didn't cover, what's the hardest thing for somebody to do?
Dial 10 digits.
That's what I was looking for.
The hardest thing to do is to make a phone call.
That's it.
Who wants to ask for help? Nobody.
No one.
Pride, false pride,
Yeah,
ego.
people
Ego.
think they don't need help, you know?
Well, that's what we have people doing to get the hope. They listen, they hear the hope.
Absolutely.
Call, they take it a step further. We have all these resources. We're going to keep bringing people on the show that are doing things like Dana and,
Yep.
and Tina and all them girls, City of Angels. And Tina's the girl.
I just thought so too, but I knew what he meant.
No, not Tina.
With Tina. What's you call me Tina?
2 weeks ago, she was
Not
on.
you, no, I didn't mean you going off. No, Tina's the
All right,
girl
all
on
right,
that.
just checking.
Anyway, that's what we do, and we'd love to have you back on the show.
Thanks
Yeah,
for having us.
absolutely, yeah.
Great,
I
I
want to
enjoyed it.
thank you all. for
Bring Anna.
Oh my
Good
God.
night, everybody. We
You'll
gotta
love
have Anna on
her.
the show.
You'll love her.
She'll be the one lady show.
Didn't I tell you how quick?
Oh, well, I can take off that night.
Flew by.
Well, thanks again. It was
Thanks.
a pleasure having you. And until then, we'll see you next week. We got another great show lined up. Until then, be well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Well, it's alright, riding around in the breeze. Well, it's alright, if you live the life you please. Well, it's alright, doing the best you can. Well, it's alright, as long as you lend a hand.
You can sit around and wait for the phone to ring, waiting for someone to tell you everything. Sit around and wonder what tomorrow will bring. Maybe a diamond ring.
Well, it's alright, even if they say you're wrong. Well, it's alright, sometimes you gotta be strong. Well, it's alright, as long as you got somewhere to lay. Well, it's alright, every day is Judgment Day.
Maybe somewhere down the road away, you'll think of me and wonder where I am these days. Maybe somewhere down the road when somebody plays Purple Haze.
Well, it's alright, even when push comes to shove. Well, it's alright, if you got someone to love. Well, it's alright, everything will work out fine. Well, it's alright, we're going to the end of the line.
Don't have to be ashamed of the car I drive. I'm just glad to be here, happy to be alive. And it don't matter if you're by my side.